Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to an interesting video here on the channel, guys. And before I get into anything, I'm super sorry about the audio. It's on my laptop, so like it won't be the best, but I'm super sorry. Please forgive me on that. But today we are going to be ranking Fortnite seasons, ranking every Fortnite season from best to from like just God season, amazing season, average season, below average season, and garbage season. Basically, we're gonna put them all on a tier list. You've seen a few people do that. Shout out to Lachlan and like Allie for this idea. So yeah, a few people have done this kind of tier list kind of thing for the season. I thought I'd try it out. Because no cars, but that's kind of unepic. But that's okay. But basically, I'm just gonna be ranking every single Fortnite season and put them on a tier list. In my personal opinion, in my honest opinion. So if you guys do want to enjoy this one, of course, leave a like rating down below. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys know. Road to 200 subscribers, and we are 96 away. 104. All right. Yeah, let's get into this one. All right, starting off with season 1. Now, season 1, where do I start with it? We didn't have no theme. There was like a certain amount of items in the item shop, including Gold Trooper, Skull Trooper, Renegade Raider, Aerial Assault, of course, Recon Expert, which got re-released. There was just a certain amount, and also there was a lot of content actually. For the first season of a game, there was a lot of content. There was launch pads, bushes, a lot of things added to the game. It was a really good season. Now, again, it was the first season, and a lot of the locations were stacked to the right of the map. So for that. But it is OG Fortnite, so you can't really knock it off. So like it's like, nah, you can't knock it off. So we'll put season 1. I think it. Yeah, you thought I was gonna put it in God season. We'll put it in amazing because it was just like the location. It was the first season. No one knew what they were doing. It was just like a plain kind of game, boring kind of game at first. But yeah. All right, season 2. Now this is really where Epic Games said. This game is going to be big. And by big, we mean we're going to bring out a battle pass. Now, none of us understood a battle pass. Like, what is a battle pass? No one knew what it was. But they, again, only brought it up to 70 tiers, which, of course, Black Knight was, like, the tier 100, air quotes, but, like, tier 70. And basically, again, of course, they went with a night theme, and this is where we started to get, like themes for specific themes for every season. This one was knights. I think it was pretty cool personally. Of course, we got those like small. We got the blue knights, and then we got the black knight, the big black knight. But honestly, this season was really good from what I've seen because again, I didn't play in season 1, 2, 3. I played in season 4, but I didn't play in the first 3. And what I've seen though, what I've watched, they're it's a decent, it was a very good season. Everyone loved it. And when you think of nostalgic, like when you think of OG days, you think of season 2. You don't think season 1, you think of season 2 because it was such a good game in season 2. So for that, it's got to go in God season. Like if I put it anywhere else, people are going to rage at me. Oh shoot. No. Okay. So let's get back to it. Season 3 battle pass. Season 3, just in general, great season. I love it. It was a good season. You had a space theme, really cool theme, but apparently there was this knockoff John Wick as the tier 100. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I think Dark Voyager was supposed to be the tier 100, but that happened. Take the L, Rust Lord, map changes again. I also forgot to mention in season 2 we did get Tilted Towers. That's another reason it's God season. But this one was season 3 was just getting more updates. More and more updates were stacking up on top of each other. It was a really cool kind of season. Just the theme, Dusty Depot, Tilted, all those new locations started to evolve. We started to see meteors in the sky at the end of the season. This is kind of where the storyline kind of started. But season 3, again, it's OG Fortnite. Can't knock it off. it's God season. All right, season 4. Now, if after I tell you everything about season 4 and it's not your favorite season, then I I don't know what is. Like, I don't know what is. Season 4 was so fun. It was just it started the storyline. You know, meteors hit Dusty Depot. Dusty Divot was there. Hop Rocks. You know, Carbide and Omega were upgradable styles. That's the first time that ever happened. Like, that was really cool. The Battle Pass was cool. Everyone started to understand what the Battle Pass was, and everyone started to understand what this game was going to be. This game, basically, Epic was saying, this game is going to be huge. We are bringing out content. And that's what they did. You know, in Season 4, you got to play as Thanos. And I was just like, and that was just like, oh my goodness. And it wasn't even leaked or anything. Like, Thanos just came to the game, and it was a thing. Also, it was the first season that we had unlockable challenges to get a secret skin. And at the time, again, all the chapter 1 skins were like a mystery. Like, you didn't know what they were gonna be. It was it was a really cool season. And again, the rocket event, the first live event that people could watch like in a game, is so insane what happened in season 4. And if this isn't your favorite, like, this is probably my favorite season of all time. See, I don't know. Like, if this isn't your favorite season, then I don't know what is. Like, you can't knock off season 4. Like, obviously, I'm just gonna put it in God season. There's no way it goes anywhere else but God season. Like, dude, this season right here, season 4, was so good. Storyline, live event, mystery skin, upgradable styles started. Just so much stuff. Dusty Divot, Hop Rocks, Thanos, like, just so much stuff was in season 4. And that is why it's going to be in the God season. Alright, season 5. Now, season 5 was really when I started to get serious into this game. I played a little bit of season 4, played a little bit of, things. I didn't take the game serious that much. Season 5 is when I started to take it serious. I started to get better at the game. But I still was bad. And I got all my wins in season 5. Like, not all of them, but like basically, like, I think I got like 10 because I was a bad back then. I got 10 wins. For me, that was really good. Now, of course, I'm sitting on 200, but like, 10 wins was a huge deal for me back then. I think, but back to actual season 5. Rifts, Ragnarok, Viking. It was kind of like Viking themed, I believe. There was a couple of different themes that you could say. Viking themed, LTMs again. Those are a big thing that I should have mentioned. LTMs were in the game. It was just season 5 was just really fun. New locations, Paradise Palms introduced like biomes into the game. It was so fun. Like, you don't understand. Season 5, in my opinion, it's got to go up to God season. And I know I'm putting in like a bunch of God seasons, but the first 5 seasons of the game were like amazing and God and stuff. It was so fun. It was just such a fun time in the game. Season 5 was definitely peak Fortnite. Or season 4 and 5 were definitely peak Fortnite, I think. Season 3, 2 were like, just getting started. We're about to hit peak. And then 4 and 5 were their peak of the game. And that's when everyone was just having fun with the game, and it was the top game in the world. And it kind of still is, but this is when everyone would come home from school and say, "Mom, I'm gonna go hop on Fortnite," or "Mom, can I play Fortnite? Mom, can I?" Like, it was just like, oh, everyone, the Fortnite community was so big. Everyone loved each other. It wasn't sweaty. Like, you don't understand. Season 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 were just chill seasons, and then it started to go downhill. And I'll explain that here in a minute. Alright, season 6. Remember when I said the season started to go downhill? What starts with season 6? Now, I'm not gonna say season 6 was a terrible season. It was actually it was a pretty fun season. Fortnite Mares. It was actually like it was a pretty fun season. Dire, Wolf, like, they had spooky kind of thing going on. This was also around the time that they had Halloween. This is also around the time like I said, Fortnite Mares, which was Halloween. They released Skull Trooper back in the item shop. But the thing that makes Season 6 bad, it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't as fun. Something happened to the game. A lot of people started, like, trying super hard to the game. And it was, like, the last, like, 5 seasons, it started to become sweaty. I don't know what it was. Season 6 was just, I don't know, average. It just was It wasn't, like, the best season in the game. It was, like, yeah, I'll have to put it in average. Now, if I put it in below or amazing or god or garbage, obviously, people would yell at me because a lot of people do like Season 6. So I'm going to put it in the middle of those just because I think Season 6 wasn't as fun as, like, the others. I don't know. Like, it just, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like, how I didn't, or, like, it wasn't as fun. I don't know how to explain that to you or why. So I'm just going to say that it wasn't that fun, to me for some reason. But yeah, that was just that's my take on it. All right, season 7 again, big downhill for season 7. I think this is where it definitely started to go downhill. Because like if you thought season 6 was still peak, and season 7, and when you hear about season 7, it was not peak. So season 7, first day planes were introduced. They were so annoying to go against. Like, so annoying. Like, they would just spray into your box and run through it. And I think they hit you for 70 damage or something like that. And their, bullets did like 30. It's like, it was OP. I don't even know how to drive a plane anymore. That's how long it's been since I've used a plane. But, like, just the feeling of going against a plane was not fun. Like, it was not fun at all. Like, I hated planes. They were not good to the game. They hurt the game a lot. Okay, planes, and then like a month through the season or 2 months through the season. Yeah, about a month because usually seasons are like 3 months. But a month through the season, the Infinity Blade was added, and I like chaos and content, which it was cool. But again, when you go against it, OMG, was it broken? Okay, the Infinity Blade on release. I mean, I think they added like an LTM later where the Infinity Blade, and they nerfed it, where you couldn't get mats or anything. But when it first released, you had to get the sword at Polar Peak, pull it up with a bunch of people. Whoever got the sword was winning the game. Like it was as simple as that. Like you had 400 HP, I think, and it does 75 damage, and then does like a 25. So it's like an insta kill off spawn, and it's like a 4-hit. But like basically, you were 4-hitting them so quick they couldn't even shoot you with a shotgun. Like it was like if you snuck up on someone, they're dead. Like they can't do anything about the Infinity Blade. That's how broken it was. And for that, I need to put season 7 in below average. And another thing, the live event, the Ice King live event, was so underwhelming. Like Ice King putting all the snow on the map and then fogging it up. It was in the ice zombies came back. It was so like underwhelming and so bad to the game. Like, I don't want to put it in garbage, but I do at the same time, but it wasn't garbage. That's the thing. It was still pretty fun, but it was garbage at the same time. I hate it. I hated the Infinity Blade. That was so broken off spawn. You got it off spawn, you get like 8 kills, no matter how good of a player you were. If you got it off spawn, you had like 10 kills coming out of Polar Peak. Like, that's how insane that's how insane the blade was. No matter, you don't even have to be good to use that thing. That thing is just like automatic. Like, you don't have to be good. Like, if you know what I'm saying. You don't have to be good to use it. But, I don't know. It was just pretty broken. Alright, Fortnite Season 8. Where did I start with Season 8? It was an amazing season. And I'm just gonna, like, I think Season 8 was really amazing. The Tier 100 was underwhelming again, sucked. The Tier 100 was pretty bad, but I don't know what to say. Tier 100 was bad. But the volcano was cool. You know, the map changes were pretty cool. I think Season 8 was actually like it was uphill again. Like it started to hit peak again. Because you had the flintlock pistol and stuff. That was really fun. You had boom bows, which were kind of annoying. Ballers, which were broken in tournaments. But ballers were fun to use in pubs. It was just like, the game was fun again. because they added a bunch of fun things like volcanoes. Like, what more would you want from a video game than volcanoes to the game? For that, and like the boombow was kind of annoying to play against, but it was still like a fun weapon to use. Like when you get killed by a boombow, you're like, dang it, he just used a boombow. I hope I can get one next. Like it was like that. It wasn't like boombows are broken, like everyone says this season. Like you know, it's like it's not like nothing like in season 8 was super broken. I think the only thing that were broken was kind of like boombows were kind of broken, but not as much. But ballers were definitely broken in tournaments because you could just sit in them all game. They were huge in tournaments, but you know, just for like the two like the things that were broken, and the volcano was definitely really cool. But don't get me wrong, ballers were not broken in pubs. They were really fun to use in pubs. Boombows were kind of broken in tournaments as well. It was like everything was broken in tournaments, but in pubs everything was super fun. Like flint-knock pistols, those are fun in both. Like everyone loved the flint-knock pistol. I remember Preston telling me that it's like one of his favorite guns, and I was like, dang. Like, and then I started to use it, and I was like, I can see why it's one of your favorite guns. Because it's like a flint-knock pistol. It's really good. For that, Season 8 has to go in amazing. Because Season 8 was just like what it is. It's amazing. It was an amazing season. It was uphill again for Fortnite. Season 9, Neo-Tilted Combat Shotgun was broken on release. We're off to a bad start. Okay, so Neo-Tilted was kind of not, that was not epic. That was unepic by Epic Games. Just, I don't know how to say this, but the combat shotgun was broken on release. It was still good, but no one knew how to use it, and they vaulted the pump, so like no one could switch over to their pump or something. Like they could use the pump, which the tack again sucked at the time. So you couldn't use the tack against it because the tack sucked in chapter 1. Like all through chapter 1, the tack sucked. But that's that. It could have been good for you, but to me, the tack sucked. But season 9 was definitely another downhill turn for the game. Now I don't want to put it in garbage, nor do I want to put it anywhere above average. I think I might put it below average, just because the tier 100 was not good. Neo Tilted's gone. Like everyone loved it. The pump is gone. Everyone loved the pump. It's just like the game. I don't know. Like it was just like the combat shotgun, and then the month. I think like it was insane. Like the combat shotgun a month later was like really good, and everyone loved it, and they didn't want it to be gone. Sometime down the road it got gone, and we'll talk about that soon. But you know, season 9 was just below average. I don't know what to say about it, but there was no broken vehicles. Like hoverboards were really fun. Ballers were still in the game, but hoverboards were really fun. The World Cup was going on in season 9. So a lot of people were using ballers. You know, a lot of people were using hoverboards sometimes. Just the World Cup. I'm telling you, the World Cup was really fun. Or it was like a good time for the game. World Cup, everyone came together and watched it together. That was like again peak community Fortnite. Like community Fortnite was at peak because they were watching the World Cup. Kyle Buga, congratulations, you won the World Cup. Bow down to Buga. Like saying, you know, it's the same thing. Now that I look at it, actually, I don't think bowlers or hoverboards were in the World Cup. So sorry about that, but yeah, but hoverboards were really cool for trick shots. But yeah, I don't think they were in the game. But it's basically, yeah, I think season 9 was just below average. But the World Cup was cool. You know, hoverboards were cool. Combat shotgun became good, but at the start, just the way the game started and just the way the game was throughout the season, it just was below average. It was not good. All right, season X. You know what? And before I even say anything, let me just drag it into there. Season X was so bad. It was back in time. They brought back like old skins, but not like completely old skins. Although they did kind of look a little identical to them, which was not that was not epic. But where do I start? Mechs were broken, and I don't need any comments to tell me that, because I know in my heart what mechs were. They were broken as crap. They were broken. Like okay, they did get nerfed like 2 months later. They were still broken. Like I don't even know what to say. Then and then in the mix we still had the combat, but they brought back the pump as well. So the combat and pump were together. And then they vaulted the combat like a month later. So that sucked. That was like everyone's favorite shotgun. Dusty Depot got rebuilt. Factories was back. That was cool. That was like the only good thing about that season. Like the season was not good. The battle pass was okay. They brought back a bunch of old skins. Like I said, kind of look identical to the actual old skins, but just I don't know what to say about Season X. It was mechs that were broken. Like in mechs, if you don't understand what mechs were, they were these big robots with shotgun things, and they had missile launchers on their other arm. So it was like you're getting shot at by missiles and you're getting shot at by shotgun bullets. And it was a two-person vehicle, so in solos they were kind of like not as broken, but they were still broken. Like it was like in duos, mainly duos, they were like really good. But in duos, you would well, let's say we're in this situation. You had two other duos left, so 6 people in total, including you. You had 2 other duos left. One duo was fine, and then you see the other team have a mech. You're like, well, we've died. Next match, we're not gonna win the game. Like, there's a mech, those things. Like, it was kind of like that. Like, it was like, oh, well, we lost the game already. Like, when you came across a robot, you were like, oh, we're dead. There was no chance you were gonna win. The only time you could win is when it was, like, in solos, and you could go up and self-destruction. If you self-destructed it, you got too close to it, and they would send a bunch of rockets at you and kill you. Like, it was broken. Like you could self-destruct it, but it'd be really hard. But I don't know. Alright, Chapter 2, Season 1. Following the end event from Season X, which again, took away the old map. Not good. I need to say something about Chapter 2, Season 1. No content. Dry. It was the driest season we've ever had. Like, you would come home to play Fortnite, and it'd be the same game over and over again. Like, you would come home to play Fortnite, and every week you would get an update. Chapter 2, Season 1, I don't think we got an update until the last week of the season, which was Love and War for Valentine's Day. It was broken, and then again, the storyline was still a pretty big thing. Like, the gold chairs inside the main build, or inside the, middle island. But, still, it was just dry garbage. It was not good. There was only motorboats as a vehicle. Those kind of sucked. It was just dry. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't good enough. Like, it wasn't good at all. Like, the battle pass skins kind of sucked. Like, they kind of were bad. The map was kind of plain because we had we had not what we have today. The map was just kind of plain. There was no content at all, and YouTubers had a really tough time doing that. There was bots, which made it easier to win games. That was kind of cool, in my opinion. But just to say anything about it, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It wasn't that good of a season, so I'm gonna put it in garbage. Therefore, I can't even have anything to say about it because there was no content updates except the Love and War, which was for Valentine's Day on the last week of the season. I don't know. All right, Chapter 2, Season 2, last season. Bosses, henchmen with aimbot, mythic weapons that were pretty broken. Agency, Middle Island gets changed. That was cool. I loved the map, which the map was changed and it was cool, and we did get a couple. We got 2 or 3 content updates. Not good enough though. We got the crash pads and Kingsman. That's the only one I can think about though. I don't know. But definitely the live event was really cool. The Doomsday event, Midas blowing up the agency and breaking the that was really cool. That was really cool. Meow School's storyline. We had our own little storyline with Meow Schools, man. I'm telling you. Deadpool and Meow Schools, we had our own little storyline with those two. But I don't know what to say about it. It was a good season, but I can't put it in amazing, but I also can't put it in below average or garbage. So I think I'm gonna put it in average because A lot of people like this season, and personally, it wasn't a bad season to me. It wasn't a terrible season, nor was it that good of a season. So it's in the middle of an average. Because personally, I think that season was really cool. But again, this is my honest opinion. So if you guys it's like I don't know. Chapter 2 season 2 was really cool. Like I think, but again, it's not that god or amazing season. Nor is it that below or garbage. Like it's not that. All right, the final season, this season, Chapter 2 season 3. Where do I start with this season? This season's actually really good. Like this season's actually good. I wouldn't put it in God season, but eventually if it gets like when cars come, I feel like it would become a God season. But for now, it's not a God season. But let me just talk about what's bad about it first. Marauders. Marauders aren't good. I hate Marauders. Sharks do a lot of damage when they hit you, but sharks are fine to me. You can ride them, which is really cool. That's epic. But there's not, again, there's not as much content updates. But again, we've already had more than we had Chapter 2 Season 1 and 2. Like, we've had 3 content updates, I think. I remember the first week of the season, I think we got a content update, which was really cool. That was cool. Flare gun, yeah, flare gun. We got like the first 2 weeks of the season, we got a flare gun and a huge update. Summer Splash, LTMs are back. Like again, it's just like cool Fortnite. It's like, oh, we got more LTMs. This is epic. Like again, it was that kind of game. It wasn't the every week content update kind of game, but like again, it was content game because we still have LTMs that I can do videos on. That's more content. So that for that. Chapter 2, Season 3, the Battle Pass is pretty cool. Eternal Night, that's a good tier 100. I think the only thing that ruins that is the headpiece. Like, the bosses are actually decent. Their guns, Jules' gun kind of sucks, but they nerfed the drum gun in, which they needed to, and they finally got it to where it's balanced. But, charged shotgun, I love it, but the pump I do like as well, and they vaulted that. But I'm starting to fall in love with the charge anyway. So that's cool. The shockwave launcher. That's cool. LCMs are bringing back nostalgic items. There's a Chug Jug, a mythic Chug Chug in the game, and a mythic Og. So it's like, it's just new and content. So for that, I have to put it in amazing because it is an amazing season so far. So far, if they ruin it, like when they add cars, like I said, could become a God season, but I don't think it will. Just in many people's opinions, but yeah. But if you guys, that's gonna do it for my tier list. If you guys did enjoy this one, of course, leave a like rating down below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Road to 200. We're 96 away. But let me know in the comments what how you think I did on this tier list, and if you guys want to see more of these tier lists, also leave that in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, and see you guys next time. Later, guys.